Welcome to this explainer of the architect of the human mind. Let me ask you a question right up front. Do you truly know who or what is designing your thoughts? We walk around every single day feeling completely in charge of our decisions, our reactions, our personalities. But the source material we're digging into today suggests there's actually a massive, unseen blueprint dictating our every move. Today, we're going to decode that blueprint. To make sense of this blueprint, we've broken human psychology down into three distinct architectural stages. Number 1, the foundation. Number 2, the framework. And number 3, the facade. Let's jump right in.
Stage 1. Laying the psychological foundation.
Fact 1 represents our absolute primal bedrock. Think about the last time you jumped back from a falling object. Before you even formed a conscious thought about it, your brain's primal architecture kicked in and initiated a physical response. Conscious thought is literally always milliseconds behind primal survival. You are reacting way before you're even thinking.
Building right on top of that bedrock is what we can call the unconscious concrete. Get this. Fact 2 is that your brain processes 11 million bits of information per second, but your conscious mind, it only handles about 40. Fact 3 is habituation. Your mind actively filters out unchanging stimuli, like the hum of your refrigerator or the feeling of the clothes on your back, just to save energy. And fact 4, 95% of our daily behaviors run on pure autopilot. Together, these unconscious processes act as the hidden, solid concrete of our mental foundation. They keep the whole structure standing without you ever having to lift a mental finger.
So, fact 5 is the final setting agent of this foundation, memory. We tend to think of memory like a video camera, right? Accurately recording events to just play them back later. But actually, scratch that, it's way more of a reconstructive process. Every single time you recall a memory, your brain is actively rebuilding it from scratch. It's often altering, shifting, and updating that memory based entirely on whatever emotional state you happen to be in right now. All right, moving on to stage 2, building the cognitive framework. Let's look at conscious decision-making versus our hidden biases. Think of this like two completely contrasting sides of a floor plan. On one side, you have deliberate, logical processing, like when you're carefully weighing out all the options before buying a car. But pulling against it, on the exact opposite side, are these subconscious biases. This invisible structural framing gently but firmly pushes our thoughts in very specific, predictable directions, and it often completely bypasses our logic altogether. These hidden walls make up our structural cognition. Fact 6 is confirmation bias. That's our tendency to only notice information that supports what we already believe. Fact 7 is the negativity bias. This is why our minds give way more structural weight to a single criticism than to 10 compliments. Fact 8 covers mental heuristics, which are essentially our brain's rough-and-ready shortcuts for making complex decisions instantly. In fact 9, the framing effect, proves our choices change entirely based on exactly how information is presented to us. These aren't just little quirks, you guys. They actively construct your entire perception of reality.
Which brings us to fact 10, the ultimate structural reality, and it's a real game changer: neuroplasticity. Your mental framework isn't made of rigid steel. It is entirely malleable. Your brain literally rewires its physical structure based on your recurring thoughts. The more you use a specific cognitive pathway, the stronger that load-bearing wall becomes. You are, quite literally, the physical architect of your own brain.
Okay, let's look at our final architectural phase. Part 3, designing the social facade. Communication isn't just about speaking, it's about how we read the neighborhood. Fact 11 is called thin slicing. Within milliseconds of meeting someone, your brain processes their micro-expressions, posture, and tone to make these incredibly accurate judgments about their personality and intent. And following right behind that is fact 12, mirror neurons. As you engage with someone, your brain is subtly mimicking their emotional state and physical posture, which creates this deep, rapid empathy. So once we've read the room, we actively design our outward persona. Fact 13 is the spotlight effect. It's our tendency to vastly overestimate how much people actually notice our flaws, our appearance, or our mistakes. We constantly feel like a spotlight is shining directly on our facade. And because of this, we engage in fact 14, self-monitoring. We are continuously renovating our social exterior, tweaking our behavior, our speech, and our reactions to perfectly fit whatever environment we happen to be in. And we have finally arrived at fact 15, the ultimate capstone to our mental structure, the self-fulfilling prophecy. Because of the foundation, the framework, and the facade we've just explored, what you deeply believe about yourself actively shapes your reality. Your expectations influence your behaviors, which in turn influence how others react to you, thereby actually making your original expectation come true. Your mind doesn't just process the world, it actively builds the world you experience.
So, we've moved from the unconscious, concrete, to the conscious, load-bearing walls, all the way out to the social facade we project to the world. You now understand the 15 core psychology facts governing your mental construction. So, I want to leave you with this final, absolutely crucial question. What will you build now that you have the keys to your own mental architecture? Use the blueprint well.